Good morning. Happy Friday to you out there. Today we're going to be working on a bit more emphasis on the back because we've done lots of exercises that have worked on your abdominals, for example, on your legs, different parts of bodies that we've been working. So today is definitely a nice, strong emphasis on back. Of course, we're not going to neglect the abs, so we'll do a little bit of ab work, maybe a little bit of other body parts, but definitely today back. So spread our toes, ankles, knees and hips on top of one another. Keep the shoulders away from your ears and hands onto your lower abdominals. Breathing in through your nose and out through the mouth. We'll continue with this. And when you breathe out, you feel your tummy move in, so your fingers move back slightly towards the spine. Hands a bit higher. Breath in. Separating the toes as we're doing these breaths. One more like that, please. In through the nose. And sighing out, arms come down. Inhale, arms rising up. As we sigh out, the arms come to the side. Inhale, arms lift forward. Exhale to the side. So just getting used to the movement with breathing. Inhale, arms lift up. And then as you exhale, your arms come straight down in front. So we're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, arms to the side. Had to step back, otherwise I'd probably cut my head off there, off the screen. Exhale to the side. Inhale, arms lift up. And then we're going to exhale and bend the knees down. Stay here in the legs. Inhale, arms lift on their own. Exhaling and take your arms to the side. Knees are forward. Inhale, arms come forward. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms lift. And then we're going to bend the knees, arms come down, and you're going down further in the legs. Just stay there. Just the arms on their own. So inhale, lift. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. My glutes are a bit sore from the workout that we did the other day. You can feel them as I'm squeezing them now. Hopefully you can too. Inhale up. Come down that fraction more. And then we'll just do one more time, please. Inhale, lift. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, arms forward. Exhaling out to the side. Inhale, lift. And then come down just that last bit. So team, we're going to lift up and lower our heels down. And we're going to take our legs out very wide. Okay, so as wide as your wingspan, basically. And so we're going to just make sure that your feet are facing forward. For the first level, bring your hands onto your thighs. And you're just going to be tipping forward from your hip. So you've tipped through, you've got a straight back, and you're trying to keep your legs as straight as possible. Now for this first level, we're just going to keep our arms underneath or on your thighs. And have a feel quickly, if you want to keep your hands on your waist, just bring them under and check when you're breathing out that your stomach is moving up. And that way you're going to give your back all the support it needs. And you need to have quite a flat back. You don't want to have any curving, any rounding whatsoever. Just a couple more breaths here. Eye gaze is probably best slightly down, but not letting your head drop. So this is just giving our back a lot of support by having our arms down. We've got 2 more levels before we change leg position. This is all about the back. So bend the knees and just come out of that. And I'll give you a little bit of a slight rotation. Just turn into one side and then turn the other way. So coming back to the center, hands onto the thighs again, tipping forward once more, keeping your back nice and straight. But this time, if you can join me, take your arms out to the side. So we've got a nice straight back. We've got nice straight legs, so you're feeling a lovely stretch there. And if you want more, you can lean forward into your toes, so you're getting a bit of a stretch all the way down the back of the legs. And again, your eye gaze is slightly down, forward and down. Best thing for the neck. And remember, you're breathing out and you're pulling your tummy muscles in. 2 more here. So bring the hands onto your thighs, just bend the knees and then come out of that again. And again, let's just wrap our hands around to have a bit of a stretch there. And then wrap the other way. So that's just loosening out from where we're tightening, which is pretty much all through your back. So hands onto your thighs again, bracing the belly in and come down once more. Now, if you felt that with your arms being out to the side, it was too much intensity in your back, you can bring your hands back down and just monitor the tummy lifting, or they can stay on your thighs. You can come back to the second level, or if you want to join me and make it a little bit more intense, the arms are coming forward. And continue with your breathing. Relax the shoulders, but arms are straight, and just keep that going. A few more deep breaths here. Very intense in your back. And if you've just joined me, this is what we're focusing on today, back muscles. As well as other things, of course, always abdominals, but lots and lots of back. Okay, so bring it on in, lower the arms down, and then bend the knees to come out of that, and we'll just go for another wrap around. And then change to the other side. Now we're going to continue with the similar exercise that we just did, but this time we're going to have our feet hip width distance apart. And I'm actually going to go side on so you can see what it should look like from the side on. So again, I'm going to start with my hands onto my thighs, and then I'm just tipping forward from your hip. And see how my back is straight? I'll move my hair so it doesn't look like it's got a curve. So my back is nice and straight. And for this first level, hands onto my tummy. And as I breathe out, the stomach lifts up. So I've got a nice straight spine. You've got basically a capital L, but up in reverse. And you're getting a lovely stretch for your legs as well as strengthening for your back. So a couple more breaths here. So we're going to bend the knees to come out of that and just give ourselves a twist. So like before, we were doing our twist with the legs out wide. Now the legs are narrow. Twist to the other side. Coming back to the center again, and let's extend on. So remember, you can keep your hands on the thighs the whole time if you don't like any of the progressions. So we're coming tipping through again, back really straight, and then the arms come to the side. Or you can always go back to your legs being out wide. Flatten that back, lean forward into your toes a bit more so you're getting a nice deep stretch. Such a beautiful day today. My husband's taken the girls to feed the chickens at the school again. So nice. Can't resist taking them out. Okay, so hands onto the thighs, bend the knees, and let's come out of that nicely. And then we're going to just stretch again, quick wrap around. And no, I haven't forgotten our balance. We're going to do some balancing after the next back exercise. Change over. So let's get ourselves there, warm ourselves up completely. So moving on down again, bracing the belly. And so you can keep your hands onto your thighs. You can monitor your tummy by seeing that it lifts as you breathe out. Hands to the side or all the way up overhead. We're not going to hold this too long. Don't forget your breathing, team. Just a few more breaths here. And bring the hands down. Release by bending up. And let's get into a couple of balances before we get into some sun salutations today. Because the sun's out, let's salute it. So come over onto your star. Right leg lifting. Left leg is supporting your shoulders. Bring them down away from the ears. Turn your heart forward. And then that right leg, take it back more. A few more breaths. Now you want to keep thinking diagonals here, but open your top arm towards the back leg, and then just like you're reaching forward with your front arm on the diagonal, the back leg lifts. A few more nice deep breaths here. Supporting leg stays straight. Now come on up. Let's come over to the other side into our star, and then we're turning our heart open and then taking the leg back on an angle. Keep on breathing. So we're going to open the back arm, and then we're going to just reach forward with your front arm as you elevate that back leg. It's like you're a waitress on rollerblades, right? Serving that food. That's what I feel like we should be doing. Back to happy days time, okay? 2 more. And come on out of that. Great job. Let's just do our tree, and then we'll come and do those sun salutations to warm up every muscle in the body. So hands to stay there at heart. You can find your third eye, or we'll lift. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and if you can, just tilt your chin up so that you're looking towards the ceiling. If you're outdoors, look up towards the sky. Beautiful, beautiful day. 2 more breaths. So just gently bring the arms down, release the foot. So good for your ankle stability, these are. So always balance at the start and at the finish, at the end, just to prove to yourselves that Pilates does work. The balance improves in the span of the class. Now I compact these classes online, so they're only about 45 minutes. And you still see the improvement in these compact classes. Shoulders relaxed, tipping the chin up if you can. Tilting, I should say. 2 more. So bring the arms down, release the foot down, and why don't we get into some sun salutations now? Beautiful way to warm the body up. So I'm just going to turn the mat. And we're going to stand at the top of the mat, and you've got all the room behind you to do your lunging. And you're just going to have your hands to your side, palms facing forward. Let's inhale and lift the arms up, and you look up. As you exhale, you fold your body in half and your hands come to the side of your feet. Straight legs or bent, it's up to you. Your right leg steps back as you inhale, and you're just going to drop the hips down and look forward. As you push your other foot back to the down dog, your hips lift up high, stomach in, and you're pushing your tummy towards your thighs. Inhale, and you're just going to let your body smoothly come down to the plank. And this is where you have the option to let your knees come down. Keep the elbows in and lower down into your crocodile. So you're just hovering off the mat. From here, you push through strong arms, flip your toes over, so you're now off your knees, or they can be down if you want a gentler version. Exhale, push back to down dog and flip the toes back over. Let's bend the knees really deep and use a big long lunge with the right foot to bring it in between the hands. If it doesn't get there, you need to pull it in. Now the back leg steps in as you exhale. Inhale, come to your tall mountain, and then exhale, hands to your side. Again, repeat it all. Inhale, rising up, looking up. Exhale, fold your body in half, and you're looking towards your knees. Straight legs if you can. Left leg lunges back, and you look towards the horizon. Exhale, back to down dog, pushing the hips up high and look towards your knees. Inhale, come through to the plank, and you're looking down here. And you continue to look down as you lower to your crocodile. Push up through strong arms, flip the toes over and lift up. Stretch that back. Exhale, back to down dog. Let the air go. Bend the knees to lift that left leg through the hands, inhaling. Other leg comes in as you exhale. Inhale, rise tall. Look up if you can. And then exhale, hands to the side. So we're halfway, 2 rounds to go. Inhale, rising up. Let all that air out as you fold your body in half, exhaling, yeah. Forward fold. Now right leg lunges back, inhaling, dropping through the hips. Other leg pushes back to your down dog. Come float through to your plank. You want to brace the belly really strong as you lower yourselves down. Keep that going. Inhale, pushing up to your cobra. And then exhale, push back to the down dog again. Sorry, the screen disappeared. Right leg lunges through as you inhale. Now the left leg comes in, exhale. Inhale, rise tall. And then exhale, hands to your side. Let's finish it nice and strong. 1 more round. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, let it all go. Excuse me. Left leg to down dog, to lunge, sorry. And now the right leg to the down dog. Come float through to your plank. Switch on every muscle. Keep it tight as you lower your body to your crocodile. Now push up through the arms, looking up. Exhale, back to your down dog. Bend the knees to lunge your left leg through, inhaling. Now the right leg comes to your down dog, to your forward fold, sorry. Inhale, come tall. And then exhale, hands to your side. Wonderful work. I'm just going to move the screen down a little bit because we're going to be lying on our mat for the remainder of the class. We're going to get into some back a little bit more. We've done a lot at the start, but let's get into a little bit more now. So let's, I think I might actually give our wrists a break. So come onto your tummy. And you're just going to start by working lower back. Then we're going to isolate into the upper back. And then we're going to combine the upper and lower together. So the first one, when legs are lifted and they're just doing a half swimmer, which means just your lower body is doing the swim. Keep your legs up past the knees, and you've got the kicking fairly fast, narrow and fast. And just continue with that deep breath. So this is all about the back now. Just a couple more breaths, and I'm going to get you to bring your arms into the mix, but I want your legs to come down. So bring the legs down, arms up on their own, swim. You can, the beauty of this is keep your forehead down if it's too much intensity for your neck. Last 2 breaths. Now lift the legs, keep it coming, both arms and legs together. So this is all about the upper and the lower back. Two more breaths, and then we're going to break with a plank to break with the back, but work in through the abs. So bring your elbows underneath you, tuck your toes, lift up, zip the legs up, push your weight back into your heels. Now we're going to bring our palms together, push down into your little fingers, and think about the breath when you breathe out, tummy lifts up. Not doing any movement, we're just holding ourselves nice and still in this plank, working on technique. So no letting the hips drop down, nor do you want your bottom to go up high. 4 more. Quick stretch, toes down, toes together, knees apart, and sit in between your legs. So this is the child's pose. What's wrong with me today? I can't say anything correctly. Apologies. Push all the way back. Now my daughter had one of her better night's sleep, so I have no excuse for the bad sleeping. All right, so lift the legs up, chin can relax again, and clap the feet. So instead of a kick, we're doing a clap. You can clap the feet at the heel or at the toe, whatever feels best for you. And just think about your breath. Keep the legs again up past the knees if you can. A few more breaths here. Now we're going to lower the legs down and take the arms back and then pulse down with the palms facing down. So the feet are down. Try and resist lifting them up. Best thing for your chin is to tuck it into the chest so that you're not feeling any tension in your neck. Lift the heart up more if you can. This gets the triceps working too, which is the top of your arm. Depends what position you're in. At this point, it's the top of your arm. Lift the legs up, clap. So the arms and legs are going together. My legs are up past my knees, team. A few more breaths here. And stop. Bring the elbows underneath you, tuck your toes under, lift up, feet zip together, and then push back. And we're holding in this plank again. The best thing you can do when you visualize how to get your tummy contracted is imagine that there's something sharp under your belly, and if you let it sag, you'll get cut. Not a very great graphic. Or there's a fire burning, you don't want to get burnt. So you've got to pull the tummy up, but don't lift this up like that. You've got to keep your body back in the heels and nice and flat. Four more breaths and I'll give you a break again. Last one. So knees down, toes together. Sit back in between those knees. I've got my door open. Listen to that. You might hear that tick, tick, tick. It's a bird walking along the roof outside. It's just a roof we have to cover the sun, or to block out the sun. Come on forward again. I love hearing those birds. Tap, tap. Okay, so last exercise here. We've got our feet hip width distance apart. Breath in, lift the legs up, exhale. Down halfway, and then lift again. So we're not letting our legs lower down too much. Now I have my head slightly lifted just to see what's going on, but if you feel comfortable, please let your forehead be down on your mat or your chin. You don't have to be with the head lifted at all. Soon enough it has to come in when we do the upper back, but this is the lower back in isolation. 4 more. Okay, so let the legs come down, arms come forward, take a breath in, keep the feet down, lift the upper body, yeah? Three more, and then we're going to include the lower body too. So this is the last one in isolation. Arms and legs together now. This is our Superman, fly up. So it's like you're using your breath to push your body weight upward here. A few more. All right, bring your arms underneath you. Tuck your toes, zip the legs up. You're pushing your weight back into your heels for your plank on your elbows and on your toes. If you need to be on your knees, you can. But we're not holding them too long that you can't be up on your toes for at least a little bit of the time. Just a couple more breaths. So let's have a stretch back, and we will revisit some back a little bit later. But for now, what I'm going to ask you to do is flip over onto your back, and we're going to get into a little bit more abdominals, and then we'll flip back over and do some more back. So we'll put our feet together. I'll move down a bit more so you can see. Feet together, toes together, pointed up. Chin tucks into the chest and your head and shoulders are lifted. You're either holding on behind your head or you're holding on behind your neck. Chin has to stay tucked in. Now you're looking at your stomach before we even start, and you're seeing that your tummy's moving down as you're breathing out. So breath in to prepare. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, lower it back. Exhale, lift it up. So see the tummy moving down as you rise. Do a couple more at that level, and then we're going to go smaller. So remember, hold your neck if you're feeling any tension in the neck. So come up as you exhale this one, and then come back just halfway, and then we rise again. So you're seeing your tummy move down as you rise. Strong work. Keep it going, team. 4 more, and then we're going for a little one. Now tomorrow's Anzac Day. Still do have the class. Try and get up extra early. Show some respect for those who went and fought for our rights that we have here in Australia. Tomorrow I'll definitely be up at 5:30 out on the balcony. Thinking of the diggers, hey? 2 more. So hold this one up. Bring the arms forward, shoulders stay relaxed. We're going to peel up. Straight legs if you need. Hold them underneath if you need. Oh, it's hard after all those planks, right? Inhale, sit tall, and then come back part of the way. And we're going to lift the legs either up halfway or straight. Shoulders stay relaxed. Breathe it here. Just 2 more. Okay, so legs come back down, and then very gently we're going to roll ourselves back, taking your time. And then when you get there, arms and legs away, stretch it out nice and long. And just feel that nice release all through the upper abs. We'll have to even it out with a little bit of lower abdominals. And this one is basically just a bit of a digging action with your foot. So you go for a bit of a dig with the toes, and then you flex your foot, and then you just reverse it the same way that it went. Same leg again. So you inhale, sighing out. Inhale, sighing out. Now it's really crucial that the leg that is not moving doesn't start to creep in towards the chest. You want to keep it at a 90-degree angle or slightly larger. So inhale as away, exhale, extend. Inhale as you bring it in, exhale and come on straight. Just a few more at that level. And then we've got one more, and then we're going to change sides. We're going to change the exercise up when we get to the lower abs later, but change sides now. Inhale, sighing out. Inhale and sighing out. I'm not sure if you can see with the angle in which I'm lying. However, my angle at my hip is a little bit larger than 90 degrees. And so I'm feeling it quite intensely in my lower abs. Keep this going. Down, lift, down, and back in. Should already feel that tension, yeah? Lower abs. It's a hard area to get the contraction right to feel it, but once you do, you never want to let it go because you know how effective it is to help your back. And of course, obviously the aesthetics, you feel better, you look better, you stand taller. Let's just do 2 more, especially for us shorties out there. Although I'm not considered that short, but I feel short now. Everyone seems to be growing taller. And bring it in, roll it in and out. Okay, so we're going to lower our legs down and go for one more round of basic abdominal strengtheners and just one more round of lower abs, and then a little bit more back again. So chin tucks in, breath in, rise up. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. I often think about how my girls are going to grow, if they're going to be tall or short, because my husband and I are pretty much the same height. And my older daughter, she was quite tall when she was a baby. She's not short now, but my other one's like tiny in her height. She feels it anyway, but she's definitely shorter than the other one was at the same age. So it'll be interesting, genetics, hey? 2 more. Seeing the tummy move down as we lift. So we're going to come up as you exhale on this one, and then inhale just halfway back, and then lift again. Now, Maury, if you're out there, please let Ronnie know, and I'll mention it next week, that next Friday, so this time slot next week, will be a stretch class. Okay, and you can spread the word. If you have Val's contact, please let her know, because she came looking for me in the park nearly over a month ago, asking when I could do classes online, and it wasn't even a consideration then, so please let her know if you see her, if you know her. 4 more, and then we're going for smaller ones. How things change, right? So little ones coming your way, come up to sticking point, then centimetre back, and you're just hovering up high, feeling that burn in the upper ab area. A few more like that. So I'm going to hold this one up for me and bring the arms forward. Remember to relax the shoulders, and here we go. We're going to peel up super slow. Sit tall, and then we're going to come back halfway, relax those shoulders and lift the legs either again to halfway or lift. This time we're going to cross one leg under. If you've got the bent leg, you can still do it with your knees crossing under. Yeah, just for 8, 7, the long 8, yeah, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2 each way. And stop there. Bring the legs down, flexing your foot, and then just slowly, slowly take your way back. Don't drop, don't drop. Arms and legs away, reach it out. Very intense. So we're going into the lower abs again. Now, before we were doing the digging action, I want you to forget about that. All I want you to do is flex your feet and push one heel away. Same leg again. And in a moment, the leg that's not moving is going to be pushing up as this leg pushes away. Watch how it looks. It's just like that. Same leg goes up always. Same leg goes away always. Keep it going. It's all about the lower abs, right? And this is fairly safe because the leg that's going up ensures that your back's not arching if both legs were going away. Just 4 more and we change to the other side, but just the other side leg pushing away, not the leg lift yet. 2 more. Okay, so bring the legs in, push the other leg away straight. No movement with the other leg just yet. Watch the way it should look if you were confused before. Just like that. Join me now. So one leg goes away, the other leg goes up, and we continue it like that. Always the same leg pushing away, always the same leg going up. That's just to fatigue our muscles, yeah? You'll feel it in your lower abs. Couple to go. And pull the knees in and just use some momentum and roll yourselves up. And we're going to continue with a little bit more back, this time from being on all 4s. And then we'll do some more planks in between each back exercise. So we're on our all 4s. Hands underneath your shoulders and knees are underneath your hips. Shoulders away from the ears, stomach muscles, switch it on. Pardon me. So opposite arm and leg. Inhale as you push away. Exhale as you bring them in but don't touch down. Inhale as you push away. Exhale as you pull it in. Now listen team, your option, if you are not feeling like you're too balanced here, have both hands down and just do the leg on its own. If you're feeling like your wrist is sore, you can make a fist and be up on your knuckles. You've got lots of options. Two more. Hello butterflies. Same arm and leg out to the diagonals, away from each other. And then pull them in. The arm goes to the front in an angle. The leg obviously goes to the back in an angle. So I don't want the arm to push to the side at all. It's to the diagonal. Keep the hips in line with each other and with the mat. 4 more. Do you hear the seagulls? I think they're seagulls, or ravens maybe. All right, bring it on in and just feel the difference. Woo! Other side, straight to begin. Inhale, exhale. I think it's exhaling away. And inhale, exhale as you push away. I've reversed the breathing maybe. Doesn't matter. The main thing is you're contracting the tummy when you exhale, protecting the back. Can you hear the birds? I wonder. They're far away, but they're making quite a racket. That one's a bit closer. Maybe you can. To the diagonal. It's just too nice a day not to have the door open. That's why you can probably hear a little bit more. It's so nice not to have so many cars on the road. You can't hear that. I went for a walk with a friend this morning, and we keep quite a distance, and we both wear masks, so don't worry. But yeah, we heard one plane, and it just sounds like a very foreign thing to hear a plane going overhead these days. Do 4 more. Last 2, and then you're going to have a recovery for your back, but we're going to keep working abs, okay? So bring it down onto your elbows, toes, bring them in. We're back down on our planks, on our elbows and on our toes. Shoulders away from the ears always, body's nice and flat, weight in the heels. Let's do 4 more breaths, then I'll give you a stretch. Okay, so knees down, toes together, sink on back. Very, very strong in those back exercises, and then strong again when we get down into our planks. Once more, we're going to be up on our hands and knees for some more back. So we've done a lot of back already when we're lying on our tummy, and those standing exercises at the beginning too. Like I said, today was going to have a bit more of a back emphasis, and it really is important. So the arms are going to be down, so you don't have to use them at all, so you can actually be on your fists if your wrists are feeling sore. One leg away, and you've got a flexed foot. I don't know if you can see that with the shine of the screen. Inhale, lift, double toe down. Now it's something use the percussion, it's called the percussion breath. So it's inhale normal, and then a double push out. Continues like that. 2 more. Then the same leg is going to hit the diagonals. Double tap down to the diagonal. Keep the leg out there and lift on the diagonal. Tap, tap, lift. So you should feel comfortable in your neck, no tension there. Just make sure that your shoulder blades are back, that your weight is in your fingers if you want to release the wrists a bit. And you're elongating your neck, looking slightly down of your fingers, slightly forward and down, I should say. And that keeps your neck in a nice neutral position in line with the spine. 2 more. Okay, straighten it out, bring it in, other leg, push it away. Flex foot, inhale, lift heel, double, toe down. I don't know if the sock looks as shiny as it does on the screen. It looks like it's kind of luminescent. I haven't got the light on, so it's obviously the reflection of the sun outside. A few more. Yeah, it doesn't look like this in real. It's the screen. 2 more. To the diagonal. Out we go. Down, down, and elevate. Down, down. Evenly weighted in both arms, I hope. 4 more. And bring it in. Lower it down. You know what's coming your way, right? Plank. Elbows. Let's go. You notice I'm not giving you any on your hands today. Definitely want to save the wrists in that respect. We're doing a fair bit of back work on our hands and knees, and so the wrists are getting worked there. They got worked when we did our sun salutations. So they can just have a bit of a break now. Abs, no break there. 4 more deep breaths. And stretch back. Push it all the way back. And we are going to make our way up to standing. So take your time coming up. I'm just going to move the screen so that I won't be cut off, because we're going to get into some roll downs. And then we're going to get into some balancing. So I hope you're feeling good so far. With the roll downs, it's all about stretching out the back. So I'm going to go side on just so you can see the way that you should be rolling down, and the way that you should be rolling back up, and the way that you should be keeping your legs. So hands just act as a bit of a weight to help. So take a breath in. First comes in your chin, then your upper back rolls over. Then your middle back, and then at the very end, your lower back starts to curve, and your arms are just acting as a weight. Then at the bottom, you take a breath in, And then very slowly coming up, and you're just reversing everything. So the first thing to come straight is your lower back, then your middle back, then your shoulders, and then your head. Repeat. You can go slower than me by all means. Maintain the tummy connection the whole time. And just roll yourself back up as soon as you get down. So it's a very fluid exercise, maintaining the contraction to keep your back nice and safe. Now this one, if you're feeling like it's pretty easy for you, what you can do to make it more of a challenge is when you get to the bottom into the forward fold, lean forward into your toes a little bit more, and then exhale, roll back out of that. Just keep your belly braced. We're just doing one more. And then exhale, coming back up. Beautiful work. Let's face into the center if you're not already doing so. And we'll get into a couple of balances that are going to actually unravel the tension that you might be feeling in your back. So sink into both legs, then cross your right leg over, and then your left arm under. So we're in our eagle, and it's going to give you a bit of a stretch, pulling through the shoulders for your back. Lift the elbows up as high as you can, and then extend away from them. Beautiful butterfly. Couple more here. So unravel yourself and change to the other side. So sinking low, wrap the foot around, and then your right arm is under. Oopsie, excuse me. Lifting up and then pushing away. Unravel that one as well. Bring the legs up, and now lace your fingers around your right knee and just drop your hips down, relax the shoulders down. Think about growing from your neck. Just staying here. Gently release that leg down, come to the other side, so always lace the fingers around, keep the shoulders drop down. Try not to lift your hip up, keep the hip down so that the hips are staying parallel with each other. And gently release that down, and we'll get into our tree pose like we did at the start, and this should hopefully tell you that you've got more balance than you did earlier on. You might have felt quite stable already, and if you did, maybe you're going to feel even more so. So hands to heart, find your third eye, or lifting up. Oh, interesting, the butterfly goes to the cactus bush, not the other trees. I find that curious, because usually they look for nectar, and I didn't know cactus has nectar. Maybe it does. A few more breaths here. You gently bring the arms down. Were you able to look up? I didn't remind you to, so hopefully you remembered on your own, but if you didn't, try it on this one. So remember, your hands can stay low, you can find your third eye, you can lift up, and your eye gaze can do the same. It can stay slightly low, looking down, straight ahead, or looking up. Okay, bring the arms down, release the foot down. And let's take our head over to one side and just place your hand on so you're getting a little bit of a pull for your neck. So very strong exercises, all aimed at working your back today. Head over to the other side. Tomorrow I won't do just back, I'll be doing other things. Now let's place our hands in the prayer position behind your back. Now if you can't have your palms touching like that, what you can do is just lace your fingers. Breathe. And just release your hands down and give yourselves a shake. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you've got something lovely planned that involves keeping away from people. Okay, so have a lovely one. Nice to see you. Hope you had a good workout. See you tomorrow.